Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Lipate from Fiji. This particular module in this assignment has been really exciting and encouraging, and it really works well with what we're trying to do here in Fiji. So for the Module 3 group activity, I've decided to use CHIP participants. I know it's cheating slightly, but it's just that they already have understanding of how an active lifestyle could help improve their health and things like that. We're actually on to our 5th CHIP session for this year, and so I'm using participants who have already graduated from CHIP from session 4. And what I wanted to do was, I know that we're supposed to use this or come up with our own, but in the aid with sustainability, thinking about sustainability, what I've decided, and I don't know if I'll be marked down for this, but is to sit down with the individual participants and try and find out an activity that they can do sustainably, that they can continue, even after all this is said and done. And so what I've done is we've kept some principles from the Live More Active, like the activity that they have chosen has to have the SOS principles, so where they're sitting less, they're oxygenating, they're strengthening and stretching, and at the same time have HIIT, the high intensity interval training. So they had to choose their activity, and then we'll follow them up through the activity and see how it goes. And so the participants that you'll see in this video have chosen various programs, ranging from something like Zumba to aerobics, and even some have gone swimming. And then we interviewed them and got aspects like sustainability, what their motivation is, what the factors that interfered with compliance were, and yeah, it was very interesting. Again, not all of them were. It doesn't look like all of them will be sustainable with the activities that they've chosen, but it's just like what we were talking about in Module 2. About behavioral change and change of mindset first. So it's interesting to see, and we'll jump straight into the video and see how it goes.
My name is Anna Nute. I'm a retired teacher, and I'm 58 years old. Before CHIP, my physical activity was just depends on my mood. If I want to go for a walk, I'll go for a walk. Otherwise, it's sitting in front of a TV and watching a movie, which is more comfortable. It has changed significantly. Ever since I went into CHIP, I found the classes with CHIP very empowering, in that it takes us through a realistic journey and having to reflect on the self, and just looking at the self and seeing where we are in comparison to the CHIP program. Okay, after CHIP, I find the walking was not enough, because that was part of the CHIP program. I looked at other ways of continuing having a maximum way of maintaining not only my weight but my health. Okay, for me personally, it is having to do this workout on my own. Doing it as a group has been a motivating factor, and also it enables me to measure myself. So I think that was one factor that I looked into. That was a motivating factor for me, and because of that, I made a conscious decision that in order for me to live a longer life, to see all my children get married, and to see my grandchildren, I need to change my lifestyle. My name is Buna Nangera, and I'm 51 years old, and I work for an accounting firm called KPMG. Very relaxed, just from home, go to friends' places, drink grog and sit for hours, and then go home and sleep late at night, and wake up very lethargic, and go to work and not enjoying my work because I'm tired from late night. Yeah, so that was basically it almost every week. Oh yes, activity level after CHIP has just been awesome because I've joined another group, another program. It's called BFF, and it helps with CHIP. To me, CHIP it helped me show what food we actually eat to help our body and our health. And with the BFF, it helped us like sustain our body fitness and to see whether our heart is working properly and other parts of our body was working in order. And I kind of joined the BFF to infuse that together to then show that not only is it body, it's also the food that we take. So joining other programs that will help benefit your body is awesome. So we should all try that. I think basically it's just, to me in Fiji, it's just the mindset. It's like when people see someone do it and see the outcome, then they do it. So basically, to me, that's my general point in Fiji. It's they don't take the initiative, take the step. I'm doing this and it's motivating my children. It helps the family because then they know what they see on me now is they'll know that it's good for them too. Because, when you get sick, we just know for a fact that it's something that it's your intake. It's just like a motor vehicle. If you put the wrong fuel in it, it won't work.
तेरे मेरे दरमियां है बातें अनकही तू वहाँ है मैं यहाँ क्यों
Bulu Vinaka, I'm Brian Nilesh Chan. Doing the 10,000 steps, that was a very exciting thing. Yes, we were able to, most of the days we were able to do our 10,000 steps. Well, if I'm busy in meetings or if I have to go somewhere which takes up my time for the day, that holds up the 10,000 steps. But one other thing, if I'm tired and I fall off to sleep, that's another thing that, okay, we'll do it tomorrow. Well, the 10,000 step was different to what exercise I normally did 3 times a week. So the 10,000 steps actually encouraged me to do something every day. Limitations, weather was one. When it rained, that was a good excuse for me to not go to do my walk, my 10,000 steps. But and the place where I walk, I have to go down to Nasese or Albert Park to walk around that place to get my 10,000 steps. Something that for me personally, I'm a push-start person. Some people say that. If I want to, I can do it. But if I don't want to and I think otherwise, I'll just sit back and relax. Well, there is no better thing than you yourself. If you are motivated, then nothing can stop you. And then your partner. I have a good wife who loves to cook. And if you enter my home, you love to eat. And when you eat, you love to sleep. But nowadays she's quite worried after a few incidents. No heart attack, but if I'm not careful, I might get there. So you, yourself, I, myself, are the best motivators if we want to be part of a healthy lifestyle.
I'm Ilaite Tinamola. I work at BSP. I live in Lami and here for an exercise. I can tell you it was barely nothing. Very small, just walking around the house, walking to the office, feeling lazy to do any sort of exercise. I had almost given up with doing exercise because of my weight issue. I was obese in the most extremest sense. It's more my overweight. It was putting too much strain on my ankles. I was just too lazy because I was just not waking up, and plus my sleep apnea just aggravated the situation in the sense that I was not sleeping well, and I think there was not enough oxygen that was going through my system. So every morning I was just too tired to get up, and I just was not in the mood of doing anything because I just had enough energy just to take me through the day, and having sleepless night doesn't help. It just keeps it had a tolling on my own health and my own life system. It was gradual, to push myself because of the weight I was carrying. It was just very painful exercise, but It meant a lot of commitment from my part if I needed to improve my health. It was a choice that I did that I just didn't want to live a unhealthy lifestyle. I'd missed all the type of exercises and training I used to do before and all the sports that I used to be engaged in. So seeing this program had given me a second chance to relive my life. I was not sure what the outcome would be, but in doing the program I have no regrets. And as of now, I do not wish to go back to where I was. I'd like to continue to live a healthy lifestyle, and I'm committed to it. Well, I've come 4 months now, and we're moving to 5 months, and most of my diseases have been reversed from high blood pressure, pre-diabetic, sleep apnea. I went weekend in Nandi and went onto the beach, and I could kayak without any back pains, and I could stand on with a good balance. And I would encourage all of you to choose a healthier lifestyle, and it's a better lifestyle.
So it was interesting to see the testimonies from the 4 participants, looking at Ana and Buna during their physical activity. They had chosen something that they do in a group, that is exciting, that makes them move more and be more active. And it looks like the changes that they've made after the CHIP program will make it sustainable. So they're looking really good at maintaining that kind of physical activity level. Pastor Brian, not really sure. It looks like he hasn't really accepted it. I mean, mentally, he probably doesn't yet have enough motivation. But I guess he'll probably be a work in progress. And we'll have to try and look at other physical activity programs that would sort of suit his lifestyle. And Elaitia, I mean, what can you say? He's made huge changes, and I'm very, very confident that he's going to be able to sustain these kinds of activities and the lifestyle for future. The other interesting thing that came out of this was 2 aspects. Number one is from motivation point of view. They do it for their health. So these are people who have obviously gone through health problems, and they've seen the activity, the diet as something that will help reverse their health problems. And then another interesting one is their family. They do it for their family. They want to live long, happy, healthy lives, to see their children grow up, to see their grandchildren. And I think that's really, really awesome motivation to live a happier, healthier, more active life.